Hi Aries, how are we today? Just doing our weekly reading. This week we're actually doing the monthly reading. So looking ahead at May, seeing what's in store for you. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss out on any of those readings. I do really appreciate all your support, guys. So thank you so much for all your likes, comments, subscribes. It really does help the channel. So thank you. This week we are going to be using bit of a herb theme this week. All right, so we are using the Green Witch Oracle. I do have here the Tanis Lenormand. When we look at career, I have the Purposeful Career Oracle. And then this week, doing something a little bit different. We will be looking into health. But we're going to be using this book here, The Health Secrets of Medicinal Herbs. So finding a herb for everybody this month as well. See what's relevant to you. Okay, Aries, getting sort of straight on into it, splitting the month, start, middle, and then end. Let's have a look for Aries. Aries, what's in store for Aries in May? May 2025, start, middle, and end of May for Aries, please. Just got a few things moving around the room at the moment as well, in case you're wondering why the camera direction is a little bit different to our normal. Starting the month off here, we do have the chrysanthemum coming through, longevity. Okay, this is the white chrysanthemum coming through today. There is more than one chrysanthemum card in this deck, and this is the white one. So I do feel that this is like longevity, as in purity of longevity, of things that are remaining pure and long term in your life. In a very innocent, sweet, loving, kind of a way. It does sort of, it is telling me friendship as well, but I'm picking up a lot of, happiness and, happiness that's kind of here to stay. For some of you, it may be to do with an actual person, but we'll clarify that for you here as well. Okay, the start of May for our Aries. What does Aries need to know for the start of May with this chrysanthemum, the longevity card, please? So it's not really being specific what exactly this pertains to, but we do see the coffin coming through first. So it's kind of straight away letting us know that this is in the past. The struggles, I feel, are in the past here. Anything that goes against longevity, anything that goes against that innocence and purity of longevity, the things that, maybe have been impure in a long-term kind of a way. So, things that you've been struggling with for a long time, they're clearing up now. White really does, once again, speak about purity, but also a cleansing, a clearing, going back to, pure white base, rather than any color impeding on that there. It's a pure base where we can, go back to, you think about a canvas, and a white canvas, you can put anything you want on top of that. So that's kind of where you're going back to, especially with this coffin here. So this is, closing the door on things that no longer serve you, and, embracing the transition into brand new beginnings for yourself. That, the ending of everything else that's no longer serving you is allowing you to enter into new beginnings for yourself. It's a death and then a rebirth. So you yourself, I feel, for a lot of you, it's a blank slate. That's what the start of May really is here, is a total blank slate, fresh canvas for you to decide what you want to draw onto that from here on out. It's like, you've gone through and you've decided, oh, I don't like that painting of where I've been up until here. I'm just going to paint over that completely white and start fresh. And that's exactly what seems to be happening here. And it's a long-term energy. So, it's giving you the ability to sort of look at where you want to be 20, 30, 40 years from now, and what you want that painting to look like then, and how do I start, laying down the first strokes of that now. We do see the Tower coming through here as well. So for some of you, it's specifically an end to isolation, an end to feeling isolated or feeling as though you've had to, build your own foundation block by block. I am picking that up here. The tower really does talk about foundational stuff. So a lot of the time it's how we're raised as children, how we're brought up into this world, and you're ending out the things from that foundation, that those wobbly bricks, you're taking those bricks out and replacing them with something stronger, so that we've got a stronger foundation moving forward here. Like, once again, you're oh, I don't like that brick, I'm going to paint over it and start over, put a brand new brick in that foundation, which is leading directly to this flowers energy here as well, which is, a new way of giving to yourself, a new way of giving to life and receiving life in return, giving time, love, energy to yourself, to the world around you, to people around you. It is a very giving energy, and so it's very much like giving time and effort into recreating a better foundation, registering that I don't like where that foundation has been in the past. I'm closing the lid on that so that I can rebuild stronger, faster, better. That's kind of what's coming through there, Aries. In the middle of the month, we do have leadership coming through, the broccoli. I love broccoli. It's like, I hated it as a child. Once it was, so that's kind of a good example here too. Like, that's that foundation. When you're a child, a lot of us hate broccoli as children because that's the foundation of being a child. We don't like broccoli. I don't know what it is. It's something fundamentally connected to children. Is a lot of children do not like broccoli. It's just sort of something that's just ingrained into children somehow, that they shouldn't like broccoli, even when they actually do, which is really funny. But as an adult, I absolutely love broccoli, and I have learned that, hang on, this is actually really good for me, and I really actually enjoy it, and have it with a certain sauce or something, and it's amazing. I absolutely love broccoli in spaghetti bolognese. Totally random. But that's the leadership card there, Aries. So this is you really, really taking leadership of your own self, of your own destiny, of your own path, of your own foundation. So really deciding that, do you know what, it doesn't matter what this tower has looked like in the past. I'm the one now who gets to rebuild that however I want. I'm taking leadership of my life. I'm taking leadership of where the paint strokes need to go onto this blank canvas, and I'm going to move forward in control of myself, of my life, of where I'm going from here. So it's a lot of self-empowerment energy coming through here for you, Aries, which is definitely following through with happiness for you this month. I feel, I'm definitely seeing happiness there as well in at the end of the month with the energy. Okay, we have the citrus, the orange there, which I've always associated oranges with happiness. To me, an orange is very revitalizing. It's very warmth, sunshine, happy days kind of energy, oranges, and it's like peeling back the layers. Once again, we're getting those references to, peeling back the past, peeling back those layers of yourself that are no longer, serving who you want to be, and removing those so that you can get to that soft, juicy Aries in the middle. All right, it's kind of like an alchemy kind of thing that, there's a lot of interesting facts about candles. It's super interesting. I said candles because I was thinking about that little science project where you can turn an orange peel into like a candle. Interesting that I said candles instead of oranges. Clarify this energy for Aries, the energy card for Aries. I do feel as though it's very much like a revitalization of you yourself. You're taking leadership and changing your energy, choosing to move into a happier energy where you are more revitalized, and that the future is yours to shape and mold. Interesting, Aries. Okay, so we have the letter coming through first. So communication, texting, calling, writing letters, paperwork may be very important to some of you, especially with the book coming through next. But for some of you, this is like a revitalization in, kind of like learning how to communicate what you want and where you want to go. It feels like you're really relearning something here, reparenting yourself, restructuring yourself in a way that you can communicate your needs and your wants a lot more openly, honestly, clearly with not only yourself, the universe, but also others around you as well. There may be a specific communication or a specific paperwork that is important to you at the end of the month here, that really does help enable that revitalization of energy within you, that happiness, that wanting happiness kind of energy coming through there. I do have the cross here as well. So there is a spiritual connection here, and you're really wanting to move into these next chapters, taking the spiritual energy and having faith that these new chapters are more in line and that you've got more control over where these new chapters are going for you there. I just keep getting this sensation that there's something more not being sort of said here. What's missing from this message, please? What's missing from this message, please? What does Aries need to know in regards to this message, please? It's taking responsibility and knowing that you've been strong throughout the troubles and the tension and the drama that for some of you, you've created yourself, that you've allowed to be part of your story in the past is, a lot of you have been, through a lot of drama, a lot of trouble in the past there. And it's, you're having the strength and the perseverance to, that's the bear there as well. So having the strength to face those troubles and communicate those troubles. So for some of you, you may be actually, trying to nurture open and honest communication with yourself about the troubles that you've been through, and that you don't want to face those anymore, especially too when it comes to conflict of self-punishment, that kind of thing. That's not what's missing from this message, though. What is missing from this message for Aries, please? A wish. There it is. Who's that, please? It definitely could just be yourself, Aries, to be honest here. But it feels like there's just an extra layer to this message for you that it's not really delving into. We have the star. So there's a wish, the fish. Some of you, it's about money, but it's not so much money. It's feeling abundant in life, feeling wealthy, feeling like you've got everything that you need. For some of you, it is kind of money, but it's not really money, if that makes sense. Like, you think that it's money, but it's actually more, there's more to it than just actual dollars and cents. It's that feeling of security and stability. We have the house there as well. Family, feeling safe and secure in life, and feeling abundant in all the things around you in your life that help you make you feel secure and stable. So for some of you, it's financial stability that is making you feel stable, making you feel that you can provide for your family, those sorts of things. But we also see the dog. And then when I asked who that is, we have your card, Aries. So the stork there as well. So, and for some of you though, it is not. It's once again that family message coming through, providing for your family. Some of you may have a child on the way with that pregnancy card there, or wanting a child on the way to help give you that sense of abundance. It feels destined for you there, but it's being a better friend to yourself more than anything, finding understanding and compassion for yourself, and knowing that you've got the strength to overcome anything, and being a lot more open and honest with the way that you're communicating that to yourself. And and not taking it as a burden, but rather, just taking it as, this is part of my destiny, and I need to overcome that, and nurture my emotional self, and nurture myself, and nurture my sense of abundance, and the way that I am being a friend to myself, and being compassionate towards myself, rather than, continuing to allow myself to just keep fighting with myself. If I want my wishes to come true, that whip does not fall in line with wishes and dreams coming true. It doesn't fall in line with hope and optimism, and having faith in myself. So, I'm making those changes. I'm finding the energy to move through life with grace and dignity. All right, but having a look at job, career, and finances. Money, money, money. Job, career, and finances for Aries. What does Aries need to know for May with job, career, and finances, please? Seeing this same card for a lot of people this week. Oh, Aries. Just be aware, we do have the conflict card on the bottom of the deck there in the hidden energy. I feel like that somebody around you may actually be trying to bring conflict to your door at work, kind of thing. So someone may be trying to just make your job a little bit harder this month, that sort of a thing. I feel as though you're avoiding that since it is in the hidden energy. It's kind of like you're just naturally avoiding that, and the more that they're trying to cause you trouble, the more trouble's just falling back on them. You do feel pretty protected at the moment, Aries. We do have enterprise coming through first. It's time to get into business. You're ready to take the challenge and be your boss. Like we saw, the leadership card for the center of May for you there. It's time to be your own boss. Your experience is enough to create your enterprise. So even if you're not actually, changing jobs or becoming your own boss in a literal sense, you're really taking a lot of leadership over the role that you play at work, and being a bit more of that leader role, even just if it's just to yourself. You're taking a little bit more control over what you're doing, and I feel like for a lot of you, you're taking a lot more pride in your work this month as well. Taking chances. You can see on one hand we have chance, and then on the other direction we have change. It's time for a leap of faith in this situation. Be more courageous in dealing with your finances. It may be uncertain, but may lead to great results, which we definitely see great results coming through here. The Lucky You card. It does say, lucky me, I have you, and it does have a little clover image on that. And so with the chance word coming through on this card, and then the lucky you energy, for a lot of you, this is actually connected to investing, or, it could actually be, just a lucky gamble, a lucky chance, a lucky risk that you're taking this month. It's kind of like, I'm going to take a chance, and I'm going to ask for, I'm going to take leadership here, and I'm going to ask for a raise, and demand more responsibility, and the risk pays off for you, that kind of thing. I want some changes in the workplace. I want some changes, with my finances. So I'm going to ask for that raise, and lucky you, it pays off. I'm going to, take a chance and invest in that XYZ that I've been thinking about investing in, and bang, it pays off. This is your lucky time. Things are turning in your favor. Take advantage of this opportunity and make the most out of it. All right, so definitely seeing some good energy around you this month, Aries. But looking for your herb for May. Aries, health message for Aries, please. Oh, interesting. Belladonna, deadly nightshade, Aries. Okay, so poisonous belladonna. It has, its improper usage can result in paralysis and death, but it is the antidote for several poisons. Okay, so there's this strong message here of being careful, not to poison yourself this month, Aries. is coming through straight away. So be very careful of what we're ingesting into our body, what we're putting into our body this month. You are at risk of over toxifying yourself in some kind of a way. So I am picking up, alcohol consumption and those sorts of things, being very, very careful with those sorts of things. But also, in anything that you can sort of toxify yourself with, if you're eating um, things that have a certain, like I'm getting like just like salmonella is actually coming through here. Being just very careful what we're ingesting this month. It's kind of like you're poisoning your own body by accident. You're eating, and for some of you, you're eating too much like acid, um, too much acid stuff. So like very acidic foods. Be careful not to overdo them this month. It may just lead to indigestion and those sorts of things. Um, oh, there you go. Because one of the alkaloids extracted from belladonna root dilates the eyes, so they can actually help make eye drops. Very interesting. So it is coming through with eyes and the alkaloids being very interesting there, because I did mention, it feels like something very acidic. So being careful not to overdo the acidic. And so belladonna is actually the opposite. It's it has alkaloid components. So it's very important to protect your skin and eyes. In and it can affect the nervous system. And then it's talking about, it's talking about, how belladonna can be poison kind of thing, and that it's, you know, belladonna, you must protect your skin and eyes against the powerful alkaloids that affect the nervous system, inhibit salivary and gastric secretions, and relax the smooth muscles. So, you may be having some muscle aches and pains this month. You may be and the salivary and gastric secretions, like I said, the indigestion from the acidic foods seems to be important there as well. I'm definitely picking up on some poisoning yourself with substances as well, because I am sort of getting an image of someone with getting their stomach pumped. So just be very careful with what toxins you're putting into your body this month, Aries. All right, so that's what I have for you this month. You're more than welcome to check other important placements as well. And let me know in the comments. I know it's a bit of a random choice to add this one in. It was I just I do what I'm told sometimes, not all the time, sometimes. So when it's the universe speaking, I do what I'm told most of the time. So I did add that in this month. So let me know what you think about that. If that made any sense to you at all. But hopefully I'll see you all again soon.